Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Day of Vengeance by DC Comics, issue number 1. And this is a tie-in or is that how you say it? Tie-in to the big Infinite Crisis event. I believe I do not have everything of the whole Infinite Crisis event, but I have this complete set. And maybe you noticed, but I'm doing a lot of issue number 1s lately. And that's because I'm buying a lot of complete sets last couple of days, and I think it's easier to review it instead of review a comic, just a comic, and then by the way, I don't have issue 456 after this one, so I cannot continue the story, which is also okay. I mean, it's what it is, but I think it's better to start with issue 1, and this is a 6-issue miniseries, so it's easy to digest. So let's dive in. It's been written by Willingham and artist by Justiniano. I wonder what happened to him, because I saw years ago a lot of his artwork, and then he just disappeared. So I'm not sure if he's doing stuff, so I have to look that up. So what is this all about? So as far as I know, the Spectre is going crazy because he has lost his human host somehow, and he thinks that magic is the source and root of all evil. And why is that? Well, there is some later issues it's going to be explained, so I'm not going to dive into that right now. So I'm diving to issue 1. So let's dive in. Anyway, so we start with a woman called Jean Loring, and I believe this is Arkham. I'm not entirely sure. The prison where crazy superpower beings are getting held or being held. That's the word. And she's talking and talking and talking, and she's talking to a black diamond, and she wants to, but the diamond is whispering something in her that we cannot hear. So basically, the diamond says you need to take it and close it to your heart, and then something happens, and she's in a lot of pain. She is basically being transformed, and I like the visual stuff, what's going on with the swirling and the energies flying around, and she's screaming, and then she's being transformed into basically Eclipso. Eclipso is a fantastic villain. I love it. And like I say, probably a couple of weeks ago or days ago, I'm diving more lately into the magical side of DC Comics, like with Dr. Fate and Zatanna, Phantom Stranger, stuff like that, and even Eclipso, because I'm, want to know more about those characters, and I like the more, how do you say, obscure characters of DC Comics. I think they are very interesting. So I picked a couple of comics up, from those magical beings. And what that came out wrong. Anyway, you know what I mean. Moving on, because I'm rambling again. So Jean Loring is transformed into Eclipso, and or a part of Eclipso, because Eclipso can infuse his essence or something into a lot of people, as long as they hold this black diamond, so he can take over. And so she escapes, and the art looks freaking fantastic. There's a lot of detail in here, a lot of Justiniano, the artist, has a very cool art style. I love that he uses a lot of heavy blacks, and it suits this his art very good. Anyway, so we're moving on to a new obscure character. Well, he's not new. He's been around for ages, but I get to know him now a little bit more. So this is Ragman, and there was once upon a time he was just a normal superhero, but now he has been, I don't know, he's now like a magical being, or has magical ties of stuff like that. Because it seems that his powers, and I only know a little bit of that, not much, just a glimpse, that his powers is coming from the suit, and the suit is, absorbing, I believe, the souls or the essence of his victims, and he can use the quote unquote powers of all the souls that he is been absorbing, because when he absorbs the essence, it becomes part of his costume, and they are in hell, if you will. So there's some kind of a penance there. So it's not hell like you see in other comics. It's more like hell as in you are part of the costume and you are never getting out. And he is going to use that power whenever he feels like. So Ragman is, hunting a murderer, and he is hunting murderers, rapists, killers, stuff like that. And as you can see here, he is condemning him to oblivion, if you will. So as you can see here, he just picks him up, and his costume absorbs his essence, and we see this cool part that he is now an empty husk. But then he is being teleported away by an unknown force to a forest. And then there's a voice whispering to him that it needs his help. So he uses the power of this condemned souls he has, and, taken about 100 or so, and lift this very heavy trunk or tree up. And there is a woman lying under, and it's the Enchantress. And the Enchantress explains that she is being put there, or there's a tree falling on top of her or something, because there was a war going on. There was about 700 approximately sorcerers. They come together once in a while to exchange stories, potions, buying stuff. Although they don't like each other, they're just doing some gathering there, and they are being wiped out by something. And Ragman doesn't know what's going on, and said, "Hey, why are you here? And what happened? Why did you teleport me here?" So the Enchantress explains as she points up towards the sky, and then he doesn't see anything, and she says, "Look higher." And then we see a very cool-looking shot of the Spectre battling someone, and this someone is called Blackbriar Thorn. I believe he's a villain, but I'm not entirely sure. And Ragman, can't believe what's happening up there. And Enchantress explains, well, when the Spectre kills him, he is, basically they don't want to be in anymore, because otherwise he's going to look for them and then try to kill him as well. So they decide to teleport away, but not before she explains what's going on and why are there. And so, but it seems that Ragman and Enchantress met each other at the Oblivion Bar, and they're going to teleport over there. So what's the Oblivion Bar? The Oblivion Bar, as it says here, is a place where all the magic types, like Enchantress and I, says Ragman, can hang out and unwind without being bothered by the normals or even the non-magical super crowd. So basically, this is a bar wherever magical being can come. If you're a friend or foe, or a villain or a demon or whatever magical being you are, or have magical ties, you can here unwind and relax. And I see some familiar faces. I don't know all of them, but I see Arion, I see Animal Man, I believe, Dead Man, and this is, why am I forgetting? The human host of Etrigan the Demon. I know his name, but I forget. And some others as well. I know her, but again, I forget a lot of who these people are. Is this Satana, by the way? But Satana is dead, right? Okay, don't know. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, there's and these people discuss what's happening because they are also victims of Spectre's doing and killing and maiming. And so Enchantress explains to Ragman what's going on and why they are here, but she doesn't know why Spectre is doing that for now. And she's basically very pissed off because he came out of nowhere when the gathering was happening in the woods. And it says here, Spectre says, "I stop when all magic is destroyed. Only then will evil wither on the vine." And she's very upset. And so she's shouting out to everyone in the room here, try to gather every magical being or people that has magical powers to group up and try to confront the Spectre. But then nobody answers because we see here. I know this ape as well. Why am I forgetting? Anyway, he is a talking monkey, and he has a lot of ties to people with magic. And he explains that the big guys like Dr. Fate, Xanadu, I believe that's Madame Xanadu, Phantom Stranger, etc., they are not available because this is the Phantom Stranger. He's basically being transformed into a harmless creature by someone, and that nobody's here to help them anymore. So basically, what he's going to propose also to everyone to make a small group and try to battle the Spectre. But they have to think about it. And then we switch to the wizard in the sky. And then there is the last page is Shazam flying out because reasons. Well, basically the wizard in the sky, that's how I call him, the wizard, sees the disturbance and how do you say, sends his champion to seek out what's going on. And that's basically the end of the book. So it's more like a tie-in. No, what am I saying? It's more like a setup for what's to come. I'm very intrigued. I love the art. I also like, the Spectre, who is basically so-called a force for good. But Enchantress at one point says that she believes that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and nothing is more powerful than the Spectre. And that she's going on around that no one does that to me and gets away with it, etc. She's going on to a rant. So yeah, basically, as a lot of people know who watch and read DC Comics, the Spectre is not a force for good. He is the arm of God, and the arm of God is, well, punishing people that are unjust, evil, or something. So he's way too powerful, etc. And when there's no human host controlling him, then, well, shit like this is happening. So yeah, I like it so far. So I have to read the other comics as well. I'm going to make, videos about that. So stick around. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time, of course. And yeah, have a great day.